Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Soccer Championships is provided by
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
Fairway, along with Nabisco, Frito-Lay, and Sara Lee, is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Girls Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Soccer Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live. By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialists, providing lighting systems for you, your project, and your community.
For state championship soccer here from the capital city, Des Moines, as we're here at Cownie Soccer Park to bring you the Class 2A state championship game, as it's going to be Waverly-Shell, the Go-Hawks, taking on two-time defending state champion, the Lewis Central Titans. Hi again, everyone, with Justin Borster. This is BJ Shaban, and what a matchup in Class 2A. You have the top seed against the second seed. We're expecting quite a knockout here today.
Yeah, BJ, today's going to be a very close matchup. Waverly-Shell going in with the 4-3-3 and Lewis Central going in with a 4-4-2. They're looking to overload in the midfield to combat the three in the midfield from Waverly-Shell.
Well, let's take a look at Waverly-Shell and their tournament resume coming into this title game in Class 2A. Last unbeaten team here in the state. They've given up 6 goals all season. They have 4 starters back from last year, and they're going for their first ever state championship in girls soccer. Now for Lewis Central, the Titans have been on a roll, going for a three-peat. Only loss this season was to #1 Class 3A Ankeny Centennial, and only allowed 5 goals this season. Only have 5 seniors on their roster, so they are stacked with a bunch of youth and some experience right at the top of their roster. Let's go to the public address announcer, Tom Florian, for the introduction of the lineups.
And this Class 2A championship match between the Go-Hawks of Waverly-Shell and the Titans from Lewis Central. Now let's meet the players and coaches from both teams. First, for the Go-Hawks from Waverly-Shell. Your non-starters are #2, Michaela Reed. #6, Maria Cooper. #7, Julia Reed. #8, Haley Kent. #9, Natalie Langen. #13, Claire Marsh. #17, Caitlin Fincher. #19, Sasha Wilson. #21, Kayla Jebke.
Yes, sir.
#23, Abby Sassman. And #24, Avery Meyer. And now the starters for the Go-Hawks. Wearing #0, Gabby Berman. #1, Taylor Bieneman. #3, Miranda Kurt. #4, Kennedy Reekin. #5, Cameron Grayway. #10, Abby Harn. #9, Natalie Langen. #11, Kenzie Rolling. #12, Sarah Campbell. #15, Siri Ott. And #16, Elizabeth Schmidt. The Go Hawks are led by head coach Lauren Bauer, who is assisted by Danielle Weiss. Now let's meet the non-starters for the Lewis Central Titans. Number 00, Hannah Lucy. Number 1, Jonna Miller. Number 3, Gracie Bernard. Number 8, Callie Stevens. Number 13, Jaden Mock. Number 15, Hannah Estrada. Number 17, Madison Albers. Number 20, Taylor Gregory. Number 24, Katie Duffy. Number 25, Kaya Hilton. And number 34, Callie Gillay. And now the starters for the Titans. Wearing number 0, Madison Parks. Number 2, Grace Guidry. Number 4, Chloe Schlins. Number 7, Rachel Cushing. Number 9, Isabella Smith. Number 10, Caitlin Hannafin. Number 11, Michaela McCart. Number 12, Milena Beasley. Number 18, Hadley Hill. Number 21, Alyssa Pomrenke. And number 22, Jaden Cross. The Titans are led by head coach Chris Von Mendy, and who is assisted by Sydney Dennis. Our officials for today's game are head referee Kelly Dunbar, assistant referees Millie Phillips and Courtney Woodcock, and our fourth official is Mike Lupt. Good luck to both teams, and let's play some championship soccer.
All right, here we go. The Class 2A title game on a sun-splashed day here from Cownie Soccer Park. It is windy. The wind's out of the south. A nice gentle breeze blowing about 83 degrees. Southeast out at 8. But the humidity level, yeah, it's another story. It feels like it's in the 90s with the heat index. So these two teams ready to battle it out for the Class 2A state championship. Your table stakes, Lewis Central going for their 3rd straight state title. Waverly-Shell Rock for their 1st. They come into the game as the only unbeaten team left in the state of Iowa, yet they are the 2nd seed in the tournament. Lewis Central, who's been strong all season long, wearing their white uniforms with blue numbers, ready to go. As we take a look at how the two got here on their tournament trail, Lewis Central opened up with an 2-0 win over Dallas Center Grimes to get things started on Thursday. And for Waverly-Shell Rock, a winner over Burlington Notre Dame, West Burlington, and Danville. 4-1 your score there. Then, of course, in the semifinals, Lewis Central outlasted Spencer 2-0. And Waverly-Shell Rock, who fell down early in the game to Pella, was able to outlast and come from behind to beat the Dutch at 3-1. So that leads us to today as Waverly-Shell Rock going for their 1st ever state title. They are 0-2 in state championship games. Meanwhile, Lewis Central making their 3rd finals appearance, and they've won as many as they've played in so far. So here we go. The Titans will have the ball first. You like both of these two teams because of their styles, and they are really different.
Yes, absolutely. You know, I was on the game yesterday with Waverly-Shell Rock, and you know, they showed some great determination going forward. A player to watch out for is Rowling, number 11 for Shell Rock. She was absolutely phenomenal yesterday. She scored 2 goals in the 3-1 win.
Kurt battling for the ball for Waverly-Shell Rock, wearing their dark black uniforms with white numbers as they play it across to Schmidt. Waverly-Shell Rock will spread the field, don't give you very many opportunities, as does Lewis Central. They kind of sit back a little bit, and they will strike in a big way with Grace Guidry. She has 28 goals this season, 2 so far here in the state tournament. Here's the throw-in. And this will be headed out, of course, in case you missed it, the 1A state championship goes to Davenport Assumption, a three-peat for the Knights, as they knock down Bishop Heelan 8-0 in our first game of the day. This one expected to be competitive.
What I liked about Waverly-Shell Rock yesterday is they like to get their outside backs forward. They're number 2 and 3 in soccer terms in the system. And what they do is they'll keep 3 at the back, but they always push numbers forward, so they'll try and overload in the width, and then their wide players will tuck inside, just adding just an extra dynamic to the attack.
Waverly-Shell Rock will put it towards net, and this is going to be bottled up. How about that? Bottled up by Madison Parks of Lewis Central. And with the deep kick with the wind at her back, Waverly-Shell Rock will knock it around a little. Closest game all season for Waverly-Shell Rock. We mentioned going 18-0 was a 1-0 win against Denver about midway through the season. But since then, the next closest game was of 2 goals. So they've really had things in hand. Here's Guidry up front. Boy, the talented sophomore trying to whip things around, and we do have a whistle. This is going to be going against Guidry as she was battling the defender in Siri Ott, the freshman for Waverly-Shell Rock. Grace Guidry, the sophomore, who's already committed to play at Iowa State. Again, a fantastic tournament so far. Was bottled up in yesterday's semifinal game against Spencer. And it took till the second half for Lewis Central to get on the board, but that's the style that they play. They'll let you stretch out, run your legs out, and then they are opportunistic in when they strike. They played that way for a number of years. It's won them 2 state championships as they get a free kick here from out in front of net.
Well, you can see Lewis Central have started up with a tight diamond in the midfield to try and overload the 3 in the midfield for Waverly-Shell Rock and call Langon and Campbell.
And again, botched out. A little lofter here to the near side to Kurt. And quickly, 2 defenders are on top of her. And this one's going to be knocked out. And guess what? A corner kick coming up for Waverly-Shell Rock. Of course, you got to keep your eye on number 11, Kenzie Rolling, the freshman forward, leading the team with 30 goals coming into the state tournament. And Rolling, who's had a huge couple of games here so far in Des Moines. This ball will be put in play by Campbell, who has 33 points on the season. 15 assists, 9 goals. Here's the corner kick. And she tried to play the wind, and the wind, well, did it blow it.
Yeah, it did. Well, she hit that straight on. I mean, she delivered it straight on, which meant it went behind the goal. Maybe she should come around it, whip it in with her right foot, get her hips around it, and add a little bend to it.
And again, Lewis Central will play out of back. There's McCart. Boy, and just the battle from Kurt, where Waverly-Shell Rock is at their best, as this one will be thrown in. They try to stretch it out deep here. And down the field, a foot race to the ball, and Guidry. And what a battle with her and Ott. We're going to see that all day. Ott a little slow to get up. Take a look at this. You can't tell me soccer's not physical. Look at that collision.
It was a great challenge by Ott. Absolutely great challenge. And it's going to be a battle. You can already see it 5 minutes into the game.
Neither team willing to give here. Now a corner kick coming up. Played towards the middle to Guidry, and it goes far left. And Waverly-Shell Rock able to dive out of there as Rican tried to play it ahead. Battle for the ball, and now a late whistle. And a free kick coming up here for Lewis Central. Boy, they had a corner kick there, and it came close. As you take a look at their head coach in Lauren Bauer, She was an assistant head coach or co-head coach back in the 2014 team that played in the state championship game, eventually falling to North Scott 2-1. So she has some state championship game experience as a head coach. She mentioned that has helped her with the preparation here at the state tournament all week long, as this one easily going to be handled by Berman, but we're going to have a redo. Reboot, no one was set. Or not everyone was set, so we'll do it again. You see the wall forming for Waverly-Shell Rock. They got a little hop there as this one's going to bend up, and it's going to go over the entire net. So we still remain scoreless here.
Just a little bit too much on that delivery. I noticed that the wall, there were 3 in the wall. Maybe from that distance, I might pull one out, add an extra number in the box to help defend.
We're just 7 minutes into this game, but each team has had a couple of shots on net. Going to depend on legs. Here's Guidry. That one played out, so it'll be thrown in by Lewis Central. Guidry drawing the attention of Campbell and also Ott. Those two with the challenge today. McCart had it deflected away. And now another whistle as McCart was challenging in on the ball with Langen. And Langen will give her team a free kick here from way back deep with Campbell. Puts her right foot into it against the wind as it'll be headed out, so Waverly-Shell Rock will maintain the possession here. Let me ask you this, Justin, hot day, had a number of teams, number of different colored jerseys. For Waverly-Shell Rock now playing in the blacks today, how will that affect them here today, do you think? Because a lot of times coaches try to avoid those dark uniforms. Waverly-Shell Rock, it's part of the Go Hawks school colors. As you see, McCart upend Harn.
Indeed it is, BJ, but you know, I'm from a psychological point of view, me personally, I don't care what color kit I wear. You just got to go out there and perform because it's going to be hot for both teams anyway.
You're in the state championship game, right?
Absolutely.
So now Campbell ready to tee it up. Bends it in, now they saucer it towards the middle. Well, they're trying to get it towards the middle and to Kurt. Lewis Central, for the moment, has things bottled up. Redirected back in by Campbell. Now they're trying to go deep to Guidry. A foot race to the ball. She's able to break free. Here's Guidry towards the middle. How about the freshman defender? What a battle. Siri Ott draws the penalty on Guidry. These two are going to go head-to-head all day. What a treat.
Ott did very well there to win the ball back, you know, and just got her body in there, and a nice little handshake afterwards, a little bit of fair play.
Good sportsmanship shown there as we're now 9 minutes into the game. These two teams play a physical style. We're going to see that throughout the day. Lewis Central trying to get Guidry going as she'll streak down the field a lot of times to receive that deep kick. And why not? Speedster, very talented. But the back line of Waverly-Shell Rock, that's where they got strengthened with their freshmen that they've added to the roster this year. As Bieneman, the defender, pushed it back out, so Lewis Central will toss it in.
Just be aware, open up, Harn.
East Coast versus West Coast here, if you will. Stretching across the great state here of Iowa, Waverly-Shell Rock and Lewis Central. Now the boot. And of course, you're catching it statewide here on Iowa Public Television. Yes, it is the state soccer tournament. And great to be partnering with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union to bring you all 3 state championships games, which are televised right here on Iowa Public Television. Down the field. Little foot race, and Waverly-Shell Rock able to keep it in. McCart. Again, defensively, they're holding their assignment so far, both of these two teams. Free ball here coming up. Rieken with the streak. Now tries to jet it ahead to rolling, but nearly intercepted. Grayway had an opportunity to blast it downfield. Lewis Central tightening up at the midfield. As Kurt off into the corner. Good steal by Schlins of Lewis Central.
I've noticed Waverly-Shell Rock have a very good rotation system in the midfield where one will hold if two go. So if Langen's holding, Craw and Campbell will support the play. And if Craw goes or Langen goes, Campbell's hold in the 6 role. So they have a very good understanding from what I've seen so far.
And this will be blasted out. And it will be a free kick out in front of net for Council Bluffs Lewis Central. Well, the Titans returning 8 starters from last year's state championship team, including, we mentioned, Grace Gidry. They do have a senior, Alyssa Pomeranke, who leads Lewis Central with 11 assists. They are a team that is pretty well balanced. I mean, you've got Gidry, who has 28 goals this season, but they have a number of players. In fact, 5 players that have 4 goals or more.
And again, you've got a team that balances everything out. And I remember Gidry from last year. She was fantastic. A very tenacious player. Will press you at the back, as we've seen in the last 13 minutes here.
Sub coming into the game. Sarah Campbell, midfielder, back in. She'll have the ball here. Again, we will take water breaks right at the 20-minute mark here at the state tournament. We've been doing it all week long over the last several years, but gives players an opportunity, number one, to get a shot of water on this hot day, but also take a little bit of a rest. This is their 3rd game in as many days. As Schmidt will pound it down the field, Lewis Central will have it back.
We'll need a well-deserved water break as well.
Kind of hot up here in the booth today. The wind's really not hitting us, or you're doing a really good job of shielding it. I'll tell you that, Justin.
That's what I'm here for.
This one bopped out. Titans will have the possession. Now McCart. This one headed back out by Schmidt. And here we go with Rieken. Cross midfield. She is a speedster as Rieken. Goes to the middle to Grayway. Back to Rieken. And again, Lewis Central wants to stem the tide as they put it out. So yesterday, when Waverly-Shell Rock got down 1-0 to Pella, it was almost like an alarm clock went off. They struck back 2 minutes later to tie up the game, and then blasted away, scoring 2 more goals to win it 3-1 over Pella. But after falling down, a team that has not had to play from behind at all this season until the yesterday semifinal game.
Yeah, they showed great character coming back into it. You know, sometimes teams from a psychological point of view, if they're not 1-0 up at the time and Waverly went 1-0 down, sometimes can be a mindset, but they came straight back into it, rolling with the tying goal. She found a bit of space in between the 2 center backs as Gidry looks to receive now.
Boy, they send 3 back, and Gidry unable to break through that chain. Gonna have to keep an eye on that throughout the day. At midfield with Julia Reed. And turn back around as again they try to shoot it out towards Gidry. Good hustle by Campbell to just knock it out. Now have to play it on half of the field, and the Titans will send 3 back into the game. Hannah Estrada will come in along with Callie Stevens and Gracie Bernard, who has a goal. She had one yesterday in the semifinal win. So Chris Von Mendy said he's going to substitute quite a bit. He's done that the last 2 state championship games. It's worked out for him, just to give his players a little bit of a breather.
Oh, no, I'm good.
And of course, he also said to us yesterday, along with the rest of the Titan teams, they wanted Waverly-Shell Rock in the state championship game because of the staggered starts. The Titans were able to watch Waverly-Shell Rock finish up against Pella. And here's a streak down the field. The Titans with the blast, and this is going to be hauled in. Boy, bobbled a little bit by Berman, but she hauls in the strike by Albers, the sophomore, trying to push one across quickly.
That was a lovely weighted pass into the path of Beasley. It was fantastic. Just didn't get enough power on the shot.
Now we're ready as Smith will throw it in. But what a state tournament so far by these two teams. What a seasons they've put together, let alone the Titans trying to go for their third straight. Of course, they were stacked the last 2 years. Guidry now trying to lead the way. As again, this is a free ball down past midfield. And no whistle. That ball just went out. Lewis Central will maintain the possession to the chagrin of the GoHawk fan base that's in attendance here today. They're wearing the pink up in the stands. And along lawn chair, they've got their own lawn chair brigade, as you see down on into the corner there. They've stretched out this place to the max.
All we need now is the grill and the brat.
Yeah, I'm sure it's there. Knowing the fine folks from both sides of the state here, from Council Bluffs and Waverly-Shell Rock, I'm sure they packed the grills. And why not? A nice summer day here. Even though it's technically spring, it is summer out here on the grass. Look out. What good defense that time as they still keep it in play. That was Kurt with the battle and ends up winning it. An open kick as they're able to get it to Rieken. This is where Rieken's dangerous down the field, has a tremendous amount of speed. Take a look at her hustle. Let's see if she'll get an opportunity to center it. They do, but tenacity there by Milena Beasley.
Yeah, actually very, very good defending by Beasley. Put in a great tackle there to win the ball.
And that's after she was hustling, trying to track down the ball. Never gave up on it. This ball blasted away, and the header back out by Lewis Central. So the Titans break midfield. Stevens along the near sideline, going to be tripped up, and we will have a whistle here, as she was tripped up on the play on the tackle by Sarah Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell just sticking her foot in there late. Nothing really about it, just a free kick.
So Hadley Hill, the sophomore, will put her right foot into it. No wall to speak of as Berman set at the ready at the net. This one towards the middle and over everybody. Now the header going to be hauled in by Berman. Whoa! Putting her noggin on it was Callie Stevens, trying to come up with her first goal of the state tournament, but check this out.
A very well-weighted free kick that was placed into the box, eluded all the defenders. Lewis Central could have had some time there, maybe to even bring it down and just finish it off, but Berman did very well to get her hands on that.
So Berman, who's been challenged so far, the sophomore, holding. Lewis Central, Madison Parks has yet to be challenged. She has had a couple of shots on goal, but that's going to bring us to a water break right at the 20-minute mark. Waverly-Shell Rock and Lewis Central battling here at Cownie Park as you're watching it here on Iowa Public Television.
Coming up on this episode of Iowa Outdoors.
All right, let's do all in, forward. We invited the 6th graders out to try out these Voyager canoes, get them paddling, learn a skill, you know, to enjoy the outdoors. These kids live here by the river. You know, the water can be powerful, and we just want to make sure that they're safe and they're aware of how to be safe on the water.
Enjoy Iowa Outdoors, Wednesday evening at 6:30. With a love of British blues, inspired by pioneering guitarist Joe Bonamassa. Pays tribute to the legends of British blues in a stunning concert. Enjoy a British blues explosion. 7 o'clock Wednesday evening.
On civilizations, from ancient scrolls in China to the majesty of the American West, landscapes help define who we are and who we'd like to be.
They were passionate statements about how humanity could be redeemed through the encounter with nature.
Paradise on Earth, on Civilizations.
Tuesday evening at 7 on Iowa Public Television.
Explore your community with MemberCard as your guide. When you make a qualifying gift to this PBS station, you'll receive our MemberCard, which entitles you to savings at restaurants, cultural and family attractions, bed and breakfast, wineries, even sports, golfing, and lodging in your area. Use the card a few times and it pays for itself. The MemberCard app will help you explore all the benefits wherever you are. Learn more at IPTV.org or call 800-779-7000 and let the fun and savings begin.
Hi, I'm Charity Nebbe, host of Iowa Ingredient. More and more viewers are becoming sustaining members to support Iowa Public Television because it's easy and hassle-free. You simply choose an amount to give each month through your bank account or through your credit card, and you're set. It's a great way to support the shows you love month after month. You can give online or you can call 800-728-2828. Thank you so much.
Do you Snapchat? So does IPTV. Add Iowa Public TV or snap our code. Get live peeks at our productions as they happen in real time. See exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Connect with all our social networks by visiting iptv.org/social.
It's a hot, muggy one here in Des Moines. Waverly-Shell Rock, Lewis Central still scoreless as we're at our first water break. About midway through the first half here with Justin Borster, BJ Shaven, as we see that there were some opportunities. The physical play here by Ott and Guidry. And, of course, Bauman has been holding steady at net. She's been challenged in handling the tricksters that have been thrown her way. So here we go. Lewis Central has the ball out of the water break and will continue to throw it in here and maintain the possession. What have you noticed and liked that about this contest here so far?
Well, so far, Lewis Central have had more domination in possession. They're looking to get forward through Guidry. They've had some great combinations. I think the diamond in the midfield is working really well. My question here is how's Waverly going to combat that? How are they going to match up against it? Are they going to change something? They need to get rolling in the game more.
And so far, their leading scorer, Kenzie Rolling, I beg your pardon, has yet to touch the ball really on the afternoon as she's been shaded completely. As Bauman will let this one roll out and a free kick out in front of net. So Waverly-Shell Rock, the Go Hawks, appearing in their third finals, first since 2014. Lewis Central trying to win their third straight state championship. And try to join the ranks of four teams that have won 3 straight state titles. Already saw earlier today, Davenport Assumption win their third straight, 9th overall as they beat Bishop Heelan 8-0. As it looks like we'll have a whistle on that far side. And Lewis Central fans Not happy about that call here as the two were battling.
Most of the attacks for Waverly have come down the left-hand side on the far side of us through Riker. I mean, she's been pretty dominant. She's got a bit of pace, left-footed, but at times been well taken care of out there by Pomrenke.
Quick toss, lost out. Again, Waverly-Shell Rock. Early stages of this game were able to break that diamond. And they were able to attack, but since then, Lewis Central has kept them at bay, trying to put something together here. Along the middle with Kurt. Boy, amongst three white jerseys, Kurt will try to blast it out. Now the deep shot, and this is going to go up and over.
As you can see there, Lewis Central did a great job of getting numbers around the ball. They limited any passing lanes into Rowling's feet. It's going to be very difficult if Lewis Central are playing in that type of shape for Waverly-Shell Rock to break the line.
Let me ask you, is the wind a factor here? It's favoring Lewis Central. What do you think?
It's not like it's a heavy wind. Sometimes I like to play into the wind, or my teams to play into the wind, because the ball will hold up if it's played in behind. Yes, it is a factor if you're going to shoot from distance, but I don't think it's going to be affected today.
So Lewis Central so far owning the possession. Waverly-Shell Rock trying to get some momentum back here. Of course, after watching our first game in which 8 goals were scored, this one has more defensive pace to it. So now Waverly-Shell Rock will try to blast it. They try to go to Kurt again, trying to attack the outside. Kurt with a shot that was deflected away. And now they have the keeper from out of the net. This one will go out of bounds. Are they going to get a corner awarded to them? No. Wow, what a battle between Parks and also Langen. Who was this out on? Just the right toe of Langen.
Yeah, as you look at that, I mean, it was a great battle for the ball, deservedly a goal kick. Some very good defending as Waverly looked to break forward. A slight change in momentum here.
Again, this shifted out. Lewis Central, traditionally known for having some solid defenders. They have that again this year. Isabella Smith has been a dominator here at the state tournament. Of course, the Titans have yet to give up a goal here at state. In fact, you have to look all the way back to their final regular season game in which they gave up a goal to St. Albert. Have some impressive victories along the way. Again, their only loss to an in-state team was to Centennial, the top team in 3A. They do have 2 other losses, one to Mercy in Nebraska out of Omaha. Same for Millard South, a 1-0 game. But they've handled the Iowa competition.
See, they only lost 2-1 to Ankeny Centennial as well.
And for the Go-Hawks, in talking with their head coach, Lauren Bauer, about scheduling, you know, scheduling up, scheduling down, it's tough for Waverly-Shell Rock because of their location up in northeast Iowa to get into a lot of those games. So they play a very heavy conference slate out of northeast Iowa. Only had a couple of games, and budgetary travel concerns too as well. Keeps them from really stacking up their schedule. But they've handled the competition that they've had to play to date.
Coach Von Mende has his side really well organized. You can see in the midfield, they're winning everything. They're not allowing Waverly-Shell Rock to break them down. One way to beat that is to get the ball out wide. Playing with a narrow diamond, it's hard to go down the middle, so they need to try and get the ball into the wide areas and see if they can get, especially Reich. I've been impressed with a 1v1 against their right back.
A lot of the play now at midfield as the Go-Hawks trying to gain some momentum here offensively. Lewis Central again will shift it over towards Waverly-Shell Rock. Now the loft ahead to Haley Kent. Again, Isabella Smith right there to defend it. The sophomore, again, we mentioned, has played well here at the state tournament. Another one of those, all these players, especially on Lewis Central, after they're done here at the state tournament, they'll hit their club circuit. And it is a vast club circuit playing. A lot of them play all over the country.
Yeah, clubs picked up big time in Iowa, not just around the country, but here in Iowa, the club scene is massive. And these girls travel all over to get seen by college coaches.
But the momentum is switching back towards school play. Playing for your school, as you see, not only the crowds are building, gaining recognition that way, but playing for your hometown, but also the college coaches are catching on. Hey, we better come here to the state of Iowa to take a look. A number of players are headed to the Division I level. Now to the outside with Lewis Central to McCart. And again, Waverly-Shell putting up a wall. Elizabeth Schmidt in on the play with Langen and Kent. This ball will go out, free kick in front of the net here for the Go Hawks. Now we'll get a sub in. Michaela Reed, the sophomore midfielder, will come in. As Waverly-Shell trying to get some fresh legs back out there. As Cameron Grayway will check out. Bauman, who's been busy. That pass deflected away by Cushing. Now they try to find Guidry open in the middle, and Guidry well defended on the play. How about that for the freshman again, Siri Ott, who's had Guidry's number to this moment. Now all the way down the field with Rieken. Goes to the outside to Reed. And Lewis Central able to step in front of it.
Talk about college coaches earlier on yesterday. I mean, there was great representation out here. You had Drake University, I saw Iowa State, Grandview, so it was good representation here at the state championships.
Yesterday, the scholarship awarded. Illinois State here to hand out a few schollies. So yeah, they're coming as that shot just goes wide right. Waverly-Shell trying to sneak one in there. And just wide to the right. Now Smith again. Placed down the field, and again Schmidt will turn it back into the offensive zone. Boy, both teams challenging each other right at midfield. A lot of 50-50 balls right at that midfield stripe. Again, the physical play continues for both. Waverly-Shell blasted into Reed. They try to go to Rieken. Rieken trying to streak towards the middle, but couldn't hit the one-timer. Now the shot deflected away as Kent put her foot into it. Boy, we're inside of the 10-minute mark to play here in the first half, and you can tell both of these two teams appear to be a little gassed here.
Yes, they are, and I mean, playing all these games over a period of 3 days can be very difficult, but I've been very, very impressed by Lewis Central's defending. They get numbers around the ball and don't allow you time and space.
Guidry trying to win the foot race to the ball. And again, Waverly-Shell will fend that one off. Here's Rieken right at midfield, trying to find an opening, and again Lewis Central able to push that one back. Now Bieneman down the far sideline. She'll throw it in. Wiedemann offering some energy here for Waverly-Shell Rock. In a scoreless game, Lewis Central will get the possession. Boy, important closing moments here of the first half. Lewis Central will bring Jonna Miller in. Also coming into the game is Jaden Cross. So Guidry will get some rest, along with Caitlin Hannafin for Lewis Central.
Well, with just under 8 minutes to go in this first half, both teams are going to look to manage it. Don't want to concede, maybe go in at 0-0 and regroup moving into the second half.
Some valuable rest time here. As it looks like Miranda Kurt wants to come back into the game for Waverly-Shell Rock at the next dead ball. Game management here now down the stretch in the first half. Well, not many opportunities downfield here for Waverly-Shell Rock. Going against the wind, it's at their face, although a slight breeze, it is picking up here. Now down the field, played by Waverly-Shell Rock's Sarah Campbell.
I've been very, very impressed with Campbell and Ott, the back for Waverly-Shell Rock. Don't let much past them and haven't allowed Guidry an opportunity or a chance.
Well, no doubt, both of these two teams had a lot of juice coming into this championship game. Ready for it. Both teams took a shot at one another, but now the heat may be starting to take a toll on both. As we see a lot of energy being burned off there. As Kurt will come back into the game, she'll spell Haley Kent. As both are trying to survive into intermission. Time called as Kaya Hilton will come back into the game, along with Alice Pomeranke. So Coach Von Mendy using his bench too down the stretch and getting some starters back in, some fresh legs, trying to get them fresh and regrouped here for down the stretch, not only here in the first half with 5:40 to play, but also the second half coming up in a scoreless game. Almost has the feeling the one that scores first here, it's going to be quite a daunting task.
Yes, it is. And, you know, Coach Von Mendes sticks to his beliefs. He rotates his players. He's got a deep bench, and any player that comes in is an impact.
And the Titans going for their third straight title. As this one is played up, both teams have had some close contests here at the state tournament and have been challenged. They've had to work their way here to the title game, no doubt, but it has gone chalk. This is your top seed against the second seed in Class 2A. Stretched out and played well by Bieneman. And now turned over as, again, Waverly-Shell Rock trying to advance it past midfield. They do now with the pass.
I have noticed they pull Rolling out to the right-hand side in the 7th position, maybe to build some width here and have it go 1v1. And like I said, there's nothing down the middle right now.
Lewis Central doing a terrific job at forcing the ball out of the middle for Waverly-Shell Rock, where they've been strong all tournament long, all season long. Now here towards the middle, trying to get a free shot. And again, blasted away as Pomeranke beat everybody to the ball.
And Rolling was forced inside into pressure where Lewis Central had numbers around the ball, making it very, very difficult to break them down.
And how about the tussle for the ball? Bieneman trying to track it down for Waverly-Shell Rock. 3:33 to play in the first half. And a free kick coming up for Lewis Central. The Titans won each of their games 2-0. Each keeper, again, has been challenged a little bit. Now here's a blast, and this is going to get in! A goal for Lewis Central! Somehow they kept on forcing it in, and Lewis Central able to get a goal across from Alyssa Pomeranke, the senior, with her third goal of the season, her first here at the state tournament.
What wonderful technique from Pomeranke. She just placed it into the far corner with the inside of her foot. Fantastic technique. Well taken.
And for the second time all season, Waverly-Shell Rock down at the moment, 1-0.
And we spoke about conceding a goal going into the half, so it's going to make it an uphill battle, and coming into the half, we'll see what kind of changes are made.
Yesterday, when Waverly-Shell Rock gave up an early goal to Pella, they quickly strike back. Not trying to match that today, but a little different challenge with one of the better defensive teams in the state in Lewis Central. And again, Waverly-Shell Rock wanting to get a call, and now there is one. As Jonna Miller, was battling along that far sideline against Bieneman.
I'm surprised Miller wasn't called earlier on for the push in the back. It's kind of illegal, to be honest with you. But it is a tough game.
Official wanting to see how it would play out. And it continued on, so they had to get the call. So a 1-0 lead here for Lewis Central. As we're nearing the final minute of the first half. Bauman going to be challenged here. And a shot that's going to be deflected out. Berman, excuse me, the sophomore goalkeeper, came up to challenge that attempt by Michaela McCart, the junior, and was able to just fend it off. She had an open net, but could not bury the shot.
Well, Berman did very well coming out and narrowing the angle and pulling off that save to go out for a corner. So some really good stuff. They can't afford to concede a second goal before half.
Now a corner kick coming up. 42 seconds. Here's the kick towards the middle, and this is going to be over the head of everyone. Lewis Central will track it down, though, with Schlames. Now to the middle. It's in traffic. This one going to be bent wide right. Kaya Hilton, the freshman, with the attempt. Boy, a lot of pressure on Waverly-Shell Rock now.
Kaya Hilton just trying to whip that ball in with a right foot, going out of bounds. But on the corner, nobody came in on the far post. There was a lot of time and there was a lot of space out there. Maybe that's something to think about moving into the second half.
Waverly-Shell Rock trying to keep this a 1-0 game. And it is going to be a 1-0 game going into intermission. Lewis Central striking at the 38-minute mark, as it was a terrific goal by Alyssa Pomeranke, the senior, with her third goal of the year, and picks up her 17th point as she pushes one into net, and her team halfway to winning their third straight state championship. Joining us here momentarily and right now, as a matter of fact, is the head coach for Waverly-Shell Rock, Lauren Bauer. And Coach, a tough goal to give up at the 38-minute mark, but your team has played from behind before here in the state tournament.
Yeah, it's tough to give up a goal that late in the first half, but I'm confident that we'll come out the second half, we'll make a couple adjustments, and we'll be ready to go.
Coach Bauer, just noticed Lewis Central are playing a diamond in the midfield. Your thoughts on that and trying to combat that going into the second half?
Yeah, we're going to make a few adjustments. We're going to find space elsewhere, and we'll go at them here in the second half.
Coach Bauer, thank you for your time and good luck here in the late half.
Thank you.
It's Lauren Bauer, the head coach of Waverly-Shell Rock, joining us here at intermission. When we return, we'll have more here from County Soccer Park. As the 2A championship game favors Lewis Central through the first 40 minutes of play. 1-0 our score here on Iowa Public Television.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
We are the curious.
Wow!
The adventurous.
Oh!
Grrr. Those venturing out for the first time.
And those who've never lost our sense of wonder.
Whoa! You seeing this?
We are the hungry.
The strong.
I must be the greatest!
The joyful.
A happy little cloud.
We believe there is always more we can uncover.
More we can explore.
We believe in the capacity for goodness.
And the potential for greatness.
The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
PBS. PBS.
PBS.
Are you a member of an organization or part of a school looking for engaging free resources for kids? Our highly trained staff, many former educators, are ready to come meet your educational needs at no charge. IPTV participates in STEM festivals and school events, provides professional development to teachers, and educational opportunities to families and informal educators. Contact Educational Services to find out how IPTV can support learners of all ages.
Beer isn't the only thing barley has going for it. I'm Charity Nebbe. On the next Iowa Ingredient, we'll travel to eastern Iowa to see how one farmer harvests this ancient grain. And then Chef Eric Johnson will stop by the studio kitchen to prepare some hearty recipes using barley. All that and more on the next Iowa Ingredient.
Join Charity Nebbe Thursday evening at 6:30 or Saturday morning at 11:30.
This month in Passport, your on-demand library of the best of PBS.
A year is a long time to wait before we meet again.
Why do you never listen to anything I say, Lord?
Because I want what's best for you.
He's the science teacher we all wish we had.
Science!
Art can be seen as so foundational to civilization, an expression of humanity.
These and other shows are available with Passport. Become a member of this PBS station, sign in, and start streaming today.
Join the conversation online with Iowa Public Television. Follow us on Twitter. Connect with us on all our social networks.
It is a 1-0 lead for Lewis Central here on Iowa Public Television in the Class 2A state championship game. Thank goodness IPTV is not only broadcasting the game statewide here in high definition, but also they're providing fans here, portable air conditioners to battle this heat here today. We're midway through the entire state soccer championships on IPTV. We've got a dandy going here. Lewis Central trying to win their third straight title. They lead it 1-0 over Waverly-Shell. More when we return here on Iowa Public Television.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood.
We are the curious.
Wow!
The adventurous.
Oh!
Grrr. Those venturing out for the first time.
And those who've never lost our sense of wonder.
Whoa! You seeing this?
We are the hungry.
The strong.
I must be the greatest!
The joyful.
A happy little cloud.
We believe there is always more we can uncover.
More we can explore.
We believe in the capacity for goodness.
And the potential for greatness.
The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
PBS. PBS.
PBS.
you a member of an organization or part of a school looking for engaging free resources for kids? Our highly trained staff, many former educators, are ready to come meet your educational needs at no charge. IPTV participates in STEM festivals and school events, provides professional development to teachers, and educational opportunities to families and informal educators. Contact Educational Services to find out how IPTV can support learners of all ages.
Beer isn't the only thing barley has going for it. I'm Charity Nebbe. On the next Iowa Ingredient, we'll travel to eastern Iowa to see how one farmer harvests this ancient grain. And then Chef Eric Johnson will stop by the studio kitchen to prepare some hearty recipes using barley. All that and more on the next Iowa Ingredient.
Join Charity Nebbe Thursday evening at 6:30 or Saturday morning at 11:30.
This month in Passport, your on-demand library of the best of PBS.
A year is a long time to wait before we meet again.
Why do you never listen to anything I say, Lord?
Because I want what's best for you. He's the science teacher we all wish we had.
Science! Art can be seen as so foundational to civilization, an expression of humanity.
These and other shows are available with Passport. Become a member of this PBS station. Sign in and start streaming today.
Join the conversation online with Iowa Public Television. Follow us on Twitter. Connect with us on all our social networks.
It's a 1-0 lead for Lewis Central as they're trying to win their third straight state title in Class 2A as they're up on Waverly-Shell Rock at intermission. And Justin, what a very impressive first half by these two teams. The physical style that they put out onto the field. So far, Lewis Central getting the better of Waverly-Shell Rock.
Yes, it's been very physical, but what I'm really impressed with is Lewis Central and how they're playing the tight diamond in the midfield, limiting the amount of space for Waverly-Shell Rock to break the line.
Let's see if the offense will pick up for the Go Hawks as we're just about ready to get the second half underway here from Cownie Soccer Park. Going to need it to come back into this one to take down the defending state champs.
Yes, absolutely. I think Waverly-Shell Rock need to use the width because there's a lot of space in there. Maybe they can get the outside backs forward to support the 7 and 11.
Standing by is Lewis Central's head coach, Chris Bonmendi. And coach, big first half for you, getting that late goal in the final stages of the first half. How huge was that?
It was tremendous because you start with the first 5 minutes of the match hoping things stay clean, and you're hoping towards the end of a half that you can get a chance to put one in. And I think we got them on their heels a little bit more as the first half went on, and then we started to get some more chances and with the corners and everything else. And Alyssa Pomranke is one of our seniors, our 4-year player who's been tremendous for the program, and she hit one heck of a shot.
Coach, fantastic job defensively in the first half. Your tight diamond in the midfield seems to be working. Is this something you're going to continue moving forward?
Probably, and I think as the game goes on, we'll try to manage it a little bit more and maybe add some more holding mids as the game goes by.
Coach, thank you so much. We're ready to get the second half underway. Here from Cownie Soccer Park, it's the Class 2A state championship game. Lewis Central and Waverly-Shell Rock. And again, Alyssa Pomranke with a lone goal coming in that 38-minute mark of the first half. So here we go with the late half here on Iowa Public Television with Justin Borster. I'm BJ Shaban. Here from the capital city here in the great state of Iowa. Waverly-Shell Rock and Lewis Central battling it out. Shots favoring Lewis Central in that first half. They did have the win at the back. We switched directions here. Waverly-Shell Rock trying to go. They go from the top. A little bit of a shot that's going to be handled in by Madison Parks. How about that? The streak by Natalie Langen. You knew they were going to put some pressure on.
Yeah, a very good start for Waverly-Shell Rock. I mean, they've come right at him. I see a little bit of a change in shape. Rolling's come out to the left-hand side. So they're looking to get the ball wide from what I've seen from the first attack.
Now they're in the middle. Waverly-Shell Rock tries to go back towards that middle. Bottled up, though, well by Lewis Central. And a play ahead as they look for Guidry. Going to be joined by her teammates after that terrific pass. And Waverly-Shell Rock able to defend it well. So the Go Hawks back again towards the middle to Kurt. Bieneman. Now orbited rolling. And just losing the grip on the ball literally was Waverly-Shell Rock. Waverly-Shell Rock wanting to come out, put some more energy into the ball. They certainly have done that with a shot on goal already. They don't have many in the game. Does Waverly-Shell Rock just 2? So trying to add some juice. And maybe there might be something to the wind at their back, huh?
Yeah, there's a possibility with that. You can already see that the game's been played so far in Lewis Central's half, and they're looking to combine. Unfortunately, Kurt slipped on the ball, but Roding made a nice little inverted run to receive it and was looking to combine.
And Smith will play it downfield. Boy, the back line, led by Isabella Smith, has been really good today for Lewis Central. And a scoop and carry before Guidry can get after it by Gabby Berman. Berman tested in that first half. And Waverly-Shell Rock winning a whistle there, but it was clean play. And so Lewis Central will throw it in quickly. So both of these two teams continuing with the physical play. As here it is before, where Waverly-Shell Rock fans wanting to get a foul called against Rolling, or excuse me, I beg your pardon, McCart.
It was a close call, but yeah, definitely could have been a foul, could have been a free kick.
Now here's Rolling, trying to corral the ball for Waverly-Shell Rock. The battle, and again, the physical style, Schlins wins out on the ball. And again, they try to launch it forward to Guidry, who's been just bottled up today, but the one goal and streak that really paid off was Pomerenke. Senior again scoring her 3rd goal of the season, an important one with a 1-0 lead here. Coming up next is the Class 3A state championship game, the battle for Ankeny, and down the field with Langen. And this is going to go out. Good battle on the ball by Lewis Central. So,
see, that's one way Waverly-Shell Rock will catch out Lewis Central is by playing the ball very quickly, with one-touch passing to open it up like they did there, where Kurt played the ball out wide to Riker.
Corner kick here for Campbell. Looking for some space as she'll put her right foot into it. Get some good height. The header knocked away by Lewis Central. Boy, good clearance of the ball and a foot race to it as Julia Reed will track it down for Waverly-Shell Rock. And this an easy play for Madison Parks.
Just a slight miss kick from out wide on the right there, and went straight into the keeper's arms.
Had good vision on it too as well. Now they jet ahead here to Miranda Kurt. Kurt from the corner. Boy, has it nudged out, and another corner kick coming up here for Waverly-Shell Rock.
This is a very positive start from Waverly-Shell Rock. Applying the pressure, looking for that equalizing goal.
Coming from the far side. Campbell, her last corner kick, laid it up well. But the Go Hawks unable to capitalize on it. See, deep towards the net, they have Langen standing in front of it, being bodied. Campbell's corner kick is up, just missed the one-timer, and it's knocked away, a foot race to it. When held in nicely by Bieneman. But such tenacious offense, Estrada. Trying to gain clearance. This one will be kicked away or deflected away. And Waverly-Shell with the toss here. 1-0, 6 minutes into the second half. Go Hawks going for their first ever state championship. Down by a goal here. Just tremendous effort put out on the field so far today. And usually by the time you play your third game in as many days, the one that has the lead going in fact, we're efforted it for a while and then kind of gave up, but a team that has fallen down in the state tournament, their odds go way down by the time you hit that third game because of just energy and effort.
Yeah,
your levels go down a little bit.
Yes, it can be a factor. But after seeing Waverly-Shell yesterday, they proved they could come from a 1-0 deficit into winning games.
Yeah, turned that one around against Pella, winning at 3-1 yesterday. And it's even tougher against the two-time state champion, back-to-back state champs, Lewis Central. But on this, to start the second half, they have played Go Hawk soccer, no question. A lot of pressure being put on Lewis Central right now. A couple of corner kicks, good opportunities. But holding strong in the net has been Madison Parks. And this will be a free kick out in front of the net. And the Titans go to their bench. Madison Albers will come into the game. She will replace Estrada. Think about this too. For Lewis Central, missing the services of Danny Peterson because of a torn ACL. Starter that had played for them for much of the season, had 20 points actually on the year, and was a huge part of this team.
Yeah, very unfortunate losing one of your key players through injury. But it, you know, looking at this so far, Lewis Central as a team have rallied around, and they're looking at other players to come and fill the role. Even though you have an injury, someone else will come in and fill the role. And they have the depth in this side.
Go Hawks trying to turn it around. Kurt. Now we'll kick it forward. And coming up, Parks, a foot race to the ball, and Parks will just win out. Boy, they tried to leave it ahead to Langen.
Rowling has a bit of pace. I'd like to see her taking on the right back for Lewis Central, just testing her. She's received it early, looked to pass. She needs to change her game up. Honestly, she doesn't look really comfortable out here. I think she's more comfortable playing out on the right-hand side.
Yeah, Rowling has really been bottled up. We haven't called her name much today. Freshman, leading goal scorer for Waverly-Shell. It'll be a throw in here for the Go Hawks. Campbell off into the corner. This is a free ball right in the middle, and Lewis Central will win the foot race. But will be pounded back in by Biederman with the high shot that just hit the post. Just did have it a little too high, did Biederman.
It was a great effort from Biederman. As you can see, just struck through that ball, just went over the crossbar. Put a lot of power into that.
Could have and would have been a game changer, no question. Now Smith. Well, what a strong leg for Smith.
Lewis Central still withholding the pressure. But for how long?
Reekin along the far sideline. Boy, against three Lewis Central defenders, able to win the battle. And now off into the corner. A knockdown, but the ball's still in play, no whistle.
That was a great tackle. What a matchup out there. two players on Riker as we have a breakaway.
Gidry getting free. Check out the angles. Here's Grace Gidry, who had it knocked away from the backside. And again, the freshman, Siri Ott, stepped up in the play. And Campbell also in on it for Waverly-Shell Rock.
Great work by Ott coming into cover. Did a great job winning that ball.
Now Bieneman down here to the near side. Bieneman going to go from the corner. The net is open, and Bieneman just went wide left. Had a centering opportunity, but with her left foot could not redirect it back towards the middle.
Bieneman did all the hard work. Unfortunately, she was a little off balance there. She had two players in the box coming in. She took that extra step. She could have played the cut back.
Boy, Parks living on the edge, too. The keeper coming out from the net.
Keeper did well there to narrow the angle. Made it really difficult for Bieneman.
This time a low line driver as Lewis Central will win the possession. Now they dump it in. So our only goal of the game coming at the 38-minute mark of the first half. Alyssa Pomeranke putting it through for Lewis Central. Waverly-Shell Rock trying to come from behind the second time in the state tournament. The only unbeaten team in the state against the two-time back-to-back state champion Lewis Central Titans. Positioning of the ball for Waverly-Shell Rock. Now they'll float it downfield. And Waverly-Shell Rock again wanting to get a call along that far sideline than they do now with a free kick coming from the far right of the field.
Well, I've definitely seen a difference in Waverly-Shell Rock this second half. The coach has done a great job, obviously, at halftime, just making some changes. They have added an extra player into the midfield, which has impacted the game.
And the official referee coming over. Now we'll put the ball ready for play. A deep kick towards the middle. Rolling, we'll put it back out. Bieneman. Boy, a sidewinder towards the middle. Oh, they had an opportunity, but Kurt deflected it the wrong way.
If only Kurt saw how much space she had, she could have brought that ball down.
She was in no man's land by herself in front of the keeper. And now a foul will be called against Waverly-Shell Rock.
Well, it's all happening out on the far side, isn't it, BJ? That's where all the action is. They're looking to get Riker in.
Lewis Central with a 1-0 lead, trying to hold on here. A lot of pressure here in the late half by Waverly-Shell Rock. Rolling again towards the middle to Kurt. Kurt trying to hit Rolling on the wing, not happening. Now they find her. Boy, it's just bottled up in the middle by Lewis Central. Now here's Gidry.
There's a late tackle on Rolling there. It didn't get called.
Now a foot race to the ball. Smith will have it. And will put it out. Waverly-Shell Rock with a throw in from the far side of the field. Coming up next, the Class 3A state championship game, as it's a battle for Ankeny. Or Labor is going to be hopping. Centennial against Ankeny. That'll be the Class 3A title game coming up at the conclusion here of the 2A championship.
Waverly better be careful pushing numbers forward because they're leaving big gaps in the midfield. There's passing lanes into Gidry. They might need to move Bieneman in a little more central to block out the passing lane.
And now Lewis Central coming back in with some subs. Gidry will check out. Jonna Miller is in, along with Gracie Bernard. And also into the game is going to be Callie Gillett, the sophomore for Lewis Central. Coach Von Mendy trying to rest up some players. They've withstood some pressure here. Let's see how much gas Waverly-Shell Rock has in the tank. Penalty called here against the Go Hawks. But this is the unit that was out on the field with Pomeranke that scored the game's only goal. They were showing some versatility. Here's Hill. And look out, here's Miller. Some fresh legs as they go down to the far side of the field to Bernard with the shot that's going to be wide of the net.
Unfortunately, Lewis Central didn't have enough players in the box to challenge for it.
It'll be a free kick out in front of net.
But I have noticed the matchups in the midfield, 1-for-1 from Waverly-Shell Rock.
Nearing the water break of the second half. Lewis Central trying to stem the tide around. Look out. Miller has been done a terrific job getting right into the middle of the action. Pomeranke headed back out from the middle. Look out, Lewis Central with an opportunity here. Beasley to the outside.
Good tackle by Campbell, winning that ball. Fantastic stuff.
And it will belong to Lewis Central. Gillett sticking with the ball and a foul called, so a free kick here coming up right near midfield. Smith, who has a tremendous leg, will go against the wind here. With a deep, high boot. And will be headed out, and a corner kick coming up for the Titans. An opportunity big time here for Lewis Central.
Well, Lewis Central have withstood some pressure. The momentum has changed. They now have a corner.
Here's Bernard. Off of her left foot. This one left short of the zone. And it will be played out by Lewis Central with Slins. Go Hawks trying to clear it. That's Langen. Beg your pardon, Rieken. Out front, Rieken trying to go coast to coast with it. Can she get it done? Towards the middle, now the shot going to be kicked out, and a corner kick here for Waverly-Shell Rock.
Chloe Schleins did a great job coming across Kurt to cover that. If Kurt just took an extra second before that, she could have had it, definitely.
Played right into the hands of the defense. And now the corner kick coming up. It'll be Campbell. Keep an eye on rolling, number 11, towards the middle of that zone. It'll be left out in front. Bieneman with the blast. And Bieneman again plays it to the side, and it's turned right back around. Campbell from the far side. Boy, tied up on the play. And this one will stay with Waverly-Shell Rock, but a throw-in. But the Lewis Central fans, they know their defense is playing really well right now. We're inside of the 20-minute mark.
Yes, they are. And Waverly-Shell Rock definitely using the width. They've changed the shape. Trying to get the ball into wide areas now, especially through Rieken.
And now the official with a late whistle as Miller was battling Bieneman for the ball. And the whistle blown here with 19:20 to play.
Oh, yes. Great challenge for the ball. I mean, it could have gone half and half, but definitely a foul. Good call by the referee.
And again, at any moment, they could call for a water break. Hadley Hill. And now a whistle. This one will be going against Miller. She got the call before and did not get it this time.
1 for 1 on Miller.
Boy, a lot of adrenaline out on the field. And on the sidelines for both. Here's Bieneman.
It's definitely been an exciting second half so far.
Waverly-Shell Rock, number of opportunities, unable to capitalize as they go wide to Campbell. She'll shoot it downfield for Kurt, and this one will be hauled in by Parks. A rather easy play.
I know they're trying to get the ball into the box like early. They need to be a little more patient in their build-up because they've been successful.
Here's Kurt. You can hear both coaching staffs asking for a water break, but the referee not yielding towards it as we're inside of the 18-minute mark.
I'm sure they want the water break for other reasons, maybe to talk to their team quickly.
Campbell's shot going to be high and wide, and now we will have a water break with 17:31 to play here in this one. It's a 1-0 lead for Lewis Central. Some refreshments on the way when we come back. The end of this one here on Iowa Public Television.
Coming up on this episode of Iowa Outdoors.
All right, let's do all in, forward. We invited the 6th graders out to try out these Voyager canoes, get them paddling, learn a skill, you know, to enjoy the outdoors. These kids live here by the river. You know, the water can be powerful, and we just want to make sure that they're safe and they're aware of how to be safe on the water.
Enjoy Iowa Outdoors Wednesday evening at 6:30. With a love of British blues, inspired by pioneering guitarist Joe Bonamassa. Pays tribute to the legends of British blues in a stunning concert. Enjoy a British blues explosion. 7 o'clock Wednesday evening.
On civilizations, from ancient scrolls in China to the majesty of the American West, landscapes help define who we are and who we'd like to be.
There were passionate statements about how humanity could be redeemed through the encounter with nature.
Paradise on Earth, on Civilizations.
Tuesday evening at 7 on Iowa Public Television.
Explore your community with MemberCard as your guide. When you make a qualifying gift to this PBS station, you'll receive our MemberCard, which entitles you to savings at restaurants, cultural and family attractions, bed and breakfast, wineries, even sports, golfing, and lodging in your area. Use the card a few times and it pays for itself. The MemberCard app will help you explore all the benefits wherever you are. Learn more at IPTV.org or call 800-779-7000 and let the fun and savings begin.
Hi, I'm Charity Nebbe, host of Iowa Ingredient. More and more viewers are becoming sustaining members to support Iowa Public Television because it's easy and hassle-free. You simply choose an amount to give each month through your bank account or through your credit card, and you're set. It's a great way to support the shows you love month after month. You can give online or you can call 800-728-2828. Thank you so much.
Do you Snapchat? So does IPTV. Add Iowa Public TV or snap our code. Get live peeks at our productions as they happen in real time. See exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Connect with all our social networks by visiting iptv.org/social.
It's a 1-0 lead for Lewis Central here late in this game. 17:31 to play. As we take a look at the highlights here in the second half, a lot of pressure being applied on net. In fact, Waverly-Shell now for the game has outshot Lewis Central 7-6, but it's been a 3-0 that they've outshot Lewis Central. They have yet to burn the keeper in Madison Parks, who's been holding her ground.
Yes, and she has, and it's also good to see Waverly-Shell pushing forward. They're pushing their outside right back. Campbell, she's pushed into the midfield, been overlapping and supporting Riken out there.
Two players collide. Campbell, along with Caitlin Hannafin, who might have taken the brunt of that collision, and now getting her eye looked at. Takes it right on the noggin.
Campbell came in. I mean, she went for the ball. I don't think she was going for the player. However, we've got to protect players in these certain situations. So, yellow card.
So our first yellow card of this game. And it looks like Waverly-Shell will send Haley Kent into the contest for Sarah Campbell.
There's no doubt Campbell will be going back into the game at some point.
Things getting intense out on the field. Also very hot as you see Campbell getting a cool down here. In fact, was just notified that the Millers up in Shell Rock, Monty and Dusty, having a tough time watching this game. Ease up, fellas. We'll see what happens down the stretch here. And this is going to be called against Waverly-Shell. So Lewis Central getting a free kick here right near midfield. As you see, Hadley Hill ready to tee it up. Going against the wind ever so slightly. They go to the middle. Guidry back into the ball game here for Lewis Central. Been really more of a decoy than anything today. What a championship game it's been so far.
Yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. And talking about trying to get the ball into Guidry, because Lewis Central now in the midfield are playing slightly deeper. There's 15 yards of space now. There's no support. Plus, with the holding midfielder in there now, in the change in shape for Waverly-Shell, it helps out, and it's been difficult because Julia Reed is just sitting in there.
They put Rolling in the middle. Her shot towards net is knocked down by Parks. So the leading scorer for Waverly-Shell, Kenzie Rolling, switching positions out on the field, gets an attempt there on shot, or on net. Campbell will kick it away, and Lewis Central will maintain the possession.
As the game goes on, I'd like to see Natalie Langen from Waverly-Shell pressed up against the line together with Roland. And then they'll have the two wide players in Kurt and Riken on the left and the right-hand side to see now if they can stretch Lewis Central. I mean, they might as well go for it. They're down 1-0. It's time to claw their way back into the game.
Lewis Central so far has been able to stave off the crashing attempts as Guidry will go wide, and offsides is going to be the call. I mean, for Lewis Central, you got to feel like you're in a great spot. Not only do you have a 1-0 lead, but you've also taken a lot of shots from Waverly-Shell, and you still have that 1-goal lead.
Yeah, they've withstood the pressure. And I think at some point, and I think Coach Van Mendes barking out the orders to his team, but I think he's going to go in with a double six in the midfield. So double six being two holding midfielders, just to nullify any passing lanes into Roland's feet. And again, this is where Waverly-Shell need to get the ball into the wide areas.
A tackle on the ball, and the foul will be called against Bernard. Waverly-Shell with the free kick here. right at the midfield stripe. So here's Ott. Trying to find Rolling in the middle. Little looper, and coming up is going to be Parks. Madison has been challenged here in the late half, no question. And she's made some risky plays here. As this one is going to stay in for the moment. Now Waverly-Shell will throw it in. But sometimes if you're going to be a great keeper, you've got to make decisions like that. Here's Ott trying to deflect it back in.
It definitely defines the difference. If you're a good keeper, I mean, they haven't conceded a lot of goals between the both goalkeepers out here today.
Towards the middle. This is Kurt from the corner. Well, Kurt with a good move. Cannot get an attack off of it. Getting the trains rolling by here at County Park.
Good Cruyff move there on the outside by Kurt.
Here's Rolling. Tries to center it, and this one deflected back out. Now Langen. Here to the near side to Bieneman. When Kurt had that deflected away, defended well by Hannafin. And now the keeper will come up just to smother it in Madison Parks. Beautiful afternoon for high school soccer. Had a lot of balls right at the midfield here in the late half. It's been played towards the net for Waverly-Shell. Here's Rolling. Trying to find space with it. Now they try to cut it in. Foot race to the ball. The keeper out from the net. And again, Lewis Central able to avoid any damage. Parks came out from the net as this one stays in play.
There's a great ball in from Crow into Kent. Kent got inside the defender.
Now Kurt tries to center it again, deflected back out. Now the deep kick, and this will be hauled in by Parks.
He's going to take a shot or a strike a lot more powerful than that to beat Parks at this point of the game.
The punt exceptionally well. And over on the far sideline, this one will roll out. Lewis Central will get it back. Nearing the 10-minute mark to play here in the Class 2A championship game. Lewis Central with a 1-0 lead over Waverly-Shell.
Lewis Central will be looking to slow this game down and manage it, let the clock tick down.
Coming back here to the near side as they connect with Langen. Langen trying to streak it ahead. They have an opportunity here. Kent unable to come up with it. And this will go out a throw-in. Boy, a lot of contact. And Lewis Central will get it back on the throw-in, out on Waverly-Shell.
Kent is making some really good inside runs, inverted runs inside the left back. If she gets the right touch, she's on goal. Definitely on goal. That's something to watch out for.
Smith will put it downfield. Pomeranke trying to find Guidry. The midfielder's going to work for Waverly-Shell. A lot of balls out in space. Now Bieneman. They connect with Bieneman. Bieneman had a beat on it. And again, quickly taken away by Pomeranke. Got to be go time for the Go-Hawks. Grayway.
A lovely touch there in the midfield from Craw.
Now from the outside, and again, Lewis Central able to step up out in front of it. Try to go streaking down the field, foot race to the ball, and Ott will play it out to Bieneman.
Ott read that well, just dropped off Guidry as the ball was played in.
They're going to try to streak it down to Kurt, and coming up again from out from the net is going to be Madison Parks. Parks living on the edge here.
Madison Parks does a great job coming off the line and reading the ball in behind.
Now here's Kurt. Parks has not given up a goal yet here at the state tournament. Now the shot, and Parks again will have this one roll. Trapped it with her knees. And has had the most work out of any of the games she's played in so far. Another shot on goal, 8 minutes to play. Now Pomeranke has the game's only goal. Boy, gets free. Pomeranke from the right side, and this will just be kicked away by Waverly-Shell.
Schmidt coming in with the tackle on Pomeranke. Actually did a great job.
How many more rushes does Waverly-Shell have left?
I think they've got some fuel in the tank, BJ, to be honest with you. 7.5 minutes to go. Anything can happen.
Game's only goal came with 2 minutes to play in the first half from Pomeranke. And now a corner kick coming up for Lewis Central, looking for some ice in this one. With the right foot. The low line driver to Guidry, that'll be knocked away.
Off the line by the defender on the near post.
Wow.
It's actually a quality ball in and a good one-touch strike. And that's why we have a defender on the near post and the far post, just for those reasons.
Campbell able to knock it away. Now a free kick from out in front of net. 6:30 to play. Lewis Central leading it 1-0. Again, trying to win their third straight state championship. This one will be tracked in, and they'll play it down the near sideline. Pomeranke deflects it away, and Lewis Central will throw it in. Boy, look at the battle. Won that time by Langen.
Both teams still fighting. Waverly-Shell looking for that goal. Lewis Central defending a goal.
Waverly-Shell putting a number of shots on goal and now trying to streak it down the field as they have outshot Lewis Central 10-7. That's 7-1 here in the second half, but Madison Parks has said no to each one of those shots on net.
That's actually a good ball into the box, into the 18-yard area.
This one played back to Ott. I beg your pardon, Schmidt. Now Campbell. Looking for an opportunity to strike. Bieneman. Off to the middle, nobody home, and Lewis Central right there to not nullify it. And this will go out. Lewis Central will throw it in as Hannah Estrada was battling there.
Tell you what, with 4.5 minutes to go, I've got 2 at the back, 4 in the midfield, and 4 up front for Waverly-Shell. Whether you lose 1-0, 2-0, it doesn't matter. It's a championship game.
Gonna go for it, but have to get the ball downfield, and now they do with the deep kick.
Good job there by Schleins, breaking pressure with that header.
To get the ball advanced, it's who wants it more. And again, Lewis Central also placating to that. They've got 4 defenders back.
Correct. And that's why I'm like, let's go 2-4-4. Let's match it up. Might as well go for it.
Some space for Campbell. Goes to the inside to Rican. And Waverly-Shell will throw it in. 3:30 to play. Final stages of this one. Lewis Central with a 1-0 lead.
Tell you what, Schmidt has done a great job out there on the far side against Rican. Absolutely great job, matching her up pace for pace, getting stuck in, not allowing her space in behind.
7 shots on goal here in the late half for Waverly-Shell. And Lewis Central still maintaining this 1-0 lead.
Smith again with a great tackle on Riken.
Now the throw in. 2:25 to play. It's again another throw in here. Waverly-Shell really trying to hammer towards the net. And again, Madison Parks pretty much standing on her head today. And this one goes out, so it'll be a free kick out in front of net. So Guidry back into the ball game for the Titans, along with Caitlin Hannafin. And the clock continuing to tick inside of 2 minutes to play. Here's Hill, who's had a huge second half defensively for the Titans. Pomeranke, the only goal, trying to make that stand up here. Waverly-Shell wearing the black. Lewis Central in the white, trying to win their 3rd straight state championship. Go Hawks going for their 1st. Here's Kurt in the middle. Deflected away, free ball up with it. And rolling, just cannot gain the possession, and coming up is Parks to haul that in with Miranda Kurt, the senior forward for Waverly-Shell lurking.
The grit determination at the back there for Lewis Central has been phenomenal. Not being broken down. They're fighting for everything. They're showing determination all round.
Final minute of the game. Here's Campbell. All-out effort. And they're going to give the ball to Lewis Central. 40 seconds to play. Does Waverly-Shell have one more rush in them to try to force overtime here? They try to lace it down to Guidry. Four saves made here in the second half by Madison Parks.
Lewis Central have got it up. 10 seconds to go.
And they are going to win their 3rd straight state championship. As the closing seconds come by, that ought to do it. Lewis Central, a three-peat here in the Class 2A field as they knock down Waverly-Shell 1-0. What a game.
Fantastic game, BJ. Absolutely. Both teams fought hard.
So a 1-0 win for Lewis Central. What a game in the Class 2A state championship as they defeat Waverly-Shell here today 1-0. So Tom Florian standing by as we're waiting the trophy presentation plus the all-tournament team. What a game here in the Class 2A state championship.
It was a fantastic matchup. I mean, I think both teams were evenly matched. Lewis Central, grit determination at the back, defending like you can't believe. It was like the Great Wall of China back there. It was unbelievable. And Waverly-Shell Rock showing some grit, determination going forward. I thought the shape for Waverly-Shell Rock in the second half was much better than the first. I mean, they had the width going forward, but they just couldn't break them down.
And for the third straight year, Lewis Central will be bringing some hardware back to Western Iowa as they win the 2018 Class 2A state soccer title. And they're going to be loaded up again here for next year. Now let's go to Tom Florian, who has the all-tournament team.
Presenting the awards are members of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Board of Directors, Ron Fodness and Roger Francis. We will begin with the 2018 Class 2A All-Tournament Team. Members of the All-Tournament Team are selected by the Iowa High School Soccer Coaches Association, led by All-Tournament Team Coordinator Jackie Gilo. From Lewis Central, Madison Parks. From Waverly-Shell Rock, Siri Ott. From Lewis Central, Hadley Hill. From Spencer, Katie Mosier. From Spencer, Kelly Izzard. From Pella, Josie Lichtig. From Pella, Grace Held. From Lewis Central, Rachel Cushing. From Waverly-Shell Rock, Kennedy Rieken. From Waverly-Shell Rock, Sarah Campbell. And your captain for the Class 2A All-Tournament Team from Lewis Central, Grace Guidry.
There is your all-tournament team. Grace Guidry, your all-tournament team captain, of course, had 2 goals in the opening contest. And Lewis Central winning the 2A title game. Of course, some great representation by both teams there. Katie Mosier of Spencer, along with Kelly Izzard from Pella. Josie Lichtig, along with Grace Held. And, of course, Cushing and others joining that all-tournament team. Time now for the trophy presentation.
Each player will receive commemorative soccer balls provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Ladies and gentlemen, our Class 2A runner-up, the Waverly-Shell Rock Go Hawks, and head coach Lauren Bauer. And fans, your Class 2A 2018 champions, the Titans of Lewis Central, and head coach Chris Von Mendy.
Congratulations to Lewis Central, the Titans winning their 3rd straight soccer championship. In fact, they become the 5th team to win 3 straight titles. 2 today have done that. Assumption winning it earlier in the 1A championship game over Bishop Heelan of Sioux City, 8-0. And then here in the 2A game, Lewis Central holding off Waverly-Shell Rock in a big way, winning it 1-0. 4 second-half saves for Lewis Central's Madison Parks, facing 7 shots in that late half.
Madison Park came up big time in the second half for Lewis Central. I mean, maintaining a starting position, did an absolutely fantastic job with holding the Waverly-Shell Rock bombardment, as we could say, throughout the whole of the second half, BJ.
Well, the Class 2A championship game is now decided. Lewis Central, your team title winners. Third straight year they've done it. 1-0 over Waverly-Shell. What a game here from Cownie Soccer Park in Des Moines. I want to remind you our next game, it's a battle for Ankeny. Stay tuned because this is a big-time grudge match. The Hawkettes taking on the Jaguars. That's coming up in the 3A championship game next here on Iowa Public Television.
Funding for the Iowa Girls High School Soccer Championships is provided by...
The path to greatness starts early. The Iowa Farm Bureau believes in Iowa's youth and their pursuit of greatness. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Each student's effort is important, and when one rises, we all rise to a better Iowa.
Fairway, along with Nabisco, Frito-Lay, and Sara Lee, is a proud sponsor of the Iowa Girls Sports Championships. We congratulate all the schools and student athletes participating in this year's Girls High School State Soccer Championships. Fairway, proud to care for the places we work and live. By Musco Lighting, the sports lighting specialist.